The apartment was silent now, too silent. The only sound was the soft, pitiful mewling of a tiny 2-month-old kitten named Miso, curled up on the rumpled bedsheets that still smelled like her. His mistress, Yuna, had been the kind of person who laughed with her whole body, whose warmth filled every corner of the small apartment. She had found Miso shivering in a cardboard box one rainy evening and scooped him up without hesitation. "You're mine now," she had whispered, pressing her forehead to his tiny, damp head. A week later, she had given him a small stuffed rabbit, her childhood toy, to cuddle with when she wasn't home. "So you won't be lonely," she had said, tucking it beside him as he needed the blankets. Then, one evening, Yuna didn't come home. Miso waited, and waited. The apartment grew colder, the air stale. The door stayed shut. At first, he cried softly, nuzzling the stuffed rabbit as if it could tell him where she was. Then, as days passed, his meows grew louder, more desperate. He paced the bed, pawing at the pillow where Yuna's scent was strongest. He yowled at the door, scratching at the wood until his tiny claws splintered. Where was she? Neighbors heard his cries. Some knocked, but when no one answered, they assumed Yuna had left him behind deliberately. No one knew that she lay in a hospital morgue, a victim of a hit and run that had stolen her life in an instant. Miso didn't understand. He only knew that Yuna had promised to come back. Days turned into weeks. His meows grew hoarse, his body thinner. He slept curled around the stuffed rabbit, his tiny face pressed into its faded fabric, dreaming of warm hands and soft laughter. Then, one morning, the door creaked open. A stranger stepped inside, a woman with tired eyes, holding a box. She froze when she saw Miso, his small body trembling as he stared up at her, hopeful for just a second before his ears drooped. "Oh, little one," she whispered, her voice breaking. She was Yuna's older sister, here to collect her things. Miso meowed weakly, nudging the stuffed rabbit toward her, as if to say, "Take this to her." She forgot it. The woman sank to her knees, tears streaming down her face as she gathered the frail kitten into her arms. "I'm so sorry," she murmured. "She's not coming back." Miso didn't understand the words, but he felt the grief in her trembling hands, the finality of her embrace. And for the first time, he stopped crying. Miso never meowed for Yuna again, but he kept the stuffed rabbit close, even when Yuna's sister took him home. And sometimes, in the quiet of the night, he would press his face into it, listening for a heartbeat that wasn't there.